Online gaming in India is no longer restricted to just fun and entertainment. It is now a matter of law, policy, and regulation. With the rise in online games involving real money, the government has decided to step in and regulate this fast-growing but controversial sector. Hello and welcome to Drishti IAS. My name is Saloni Nandkyoliar, and in this video, we will break down the Online Gaming Act of 2025. So the Union government came up with the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Act 2025, which has now become a law because it has been passed by both houses of the parliament and received President's assent. So this is effective immediately. This law is effective immediately, and the law implements a blanket ban on all forms of online games which involve real money. And that real money can be in the form of your registration fee or platform fee or any promise of winning real money, any chances of winning real money, or even virtual currency or coins or credit or wallet top-ups, anything of that sort which can later be traded for real money. All such online games have been banned. So there is a blanket ban, and it does not matter if they are a game of skill, or if they are a game of chance. If they involve real money, they have been banned. We all have seen advertisements by these famous celebrities where they categorize games as games of skill and games of chance, and they tell us that they are different. So these games of skill, they are different from online betting and gaming. They have a degree of intelligence involved in them. But the government says that all forms of online games, whether they are a game of skill or they are a game of chance, if they have real money involved in it, or any promise of winning real money involved in it, they have been completely banned. And who's going to oversee all these things? So there will be a regulatory authority. This regulatory authority will be notified by the central government, and this regulatory authority will recognize, categorize, and register online games. So this is what the act entails. But now let us see what are the different types of online games and how these three have been categorized within the act. So there are three types of online games. First, esports. Second, social games. And third, real money games or RMGs. These are the three segments of online games. Esports are the games that have been identified under the National Sports Governance Act of 2025. All such multiplayer games that have been identified under the National Sports Governance Act of 2025, and they will be regulated by the proposed authority, the proposed regulatory authority. They are mentioned as esports, like your GTA or Call of Duty, games of that sort. Then we have social games. So social games, they do not have a strict legal framework or a strict legal definition, but these are all games basically that are for educational or recreational purposes. These are categorized as social games. And the third category is the real money game. All forms of games that involve real money. Now, what does the act say? This is allowed. Esports is allowed. Social games is also allowed. In fact, some fund is also earmarked from the Consolidated Fund of India for the promotion of social games. So esports is allowed, social games is allowed. What is not allowed? Real money games. This has been completely banned. So this is what the Online Gaming Act it says. But there is one caveat here, that even for esports and social games, there is no provision for constraining minors to stop them from playing them. So there is no provision for minors over here. This is one caveat. Other than that, both these games have been allowed. RMGs is the one where this blanket ban has been implemented. Now let us look at the key highlights of the act. So first and foremost, there is a universal implementation. So this will be implemented across India, across all states. It's a universal implementation. Second is the ban enforcement. So there is a ban on playing games, but not just playing games. There is a ban on playing games. There is a ban of promoting games in the form of ads also, or even taking celebrities or hiring celebrities for promoting those games, or dealing with, or carrying out related financial transactions. So there is a complete ban on all things related to real money games, playing, promoting, dealing with financial stuff. Everything is prohibited. So the ban enforcement. Third, there will be a regulatory authority. And who's going to notify it? The central government. So the act has empowered the central government, and this regulatory authority will do the normal stuff of categorizing, identifying, classifying different kinds of sports and everything of that sort. And fourth, immediate implementation. So what does this mean? There is no transition period. So now this has become a law. There will be an immediate implementation. Now all these games have been prohibited immediately. You should not be engaging in playing these games, because if you do, you will have to face consequences. You will have to face penalties, which are up to 3 years of imprisonment and 1 crore of fine for offering or facilitating money games or handling payments. Then up to 2 years of imprisonment and 50 lakh fine for advertising, and repeat offenses will have tougher penalties. So the penalties here also are very strict, very stringent. Now let us look at the government's reasoning behind this. Why did the government feel the need of having such an act in place? So the government's reasoning here was that our youth and vulnerable section of the society, they were getting addicted. So they were getting addicted to these money involving games, and this ultimately was leading to anxiety, depression, and even suicide in some cases. So they were getting addicted for the wrong things. So youth was getting affected. And social disorder also happened, because wherever money is involved, wherever gambling, betting, things of that sort are involved, families also suffer, your loved ones also suffer, you also suffer, your health also suffer, psychological distress happens, a lot of things happen. So there's a social discord also in the society. So all these things, the government felt that this is not the right thing. Now this is like the youth is not moving in the right direction. And not just the youth, economic challenges were also there, because there have been cases of tax evasion and even terror financing. Because in fact, there was a parliamentary panel report, which said that the money that is coming out of these online games, it is also being used for illicit purposes like terror financing. There is tax evasion and there's also terror financing. So these things, these were the reasons that the government placed before both houses of the parliament in order to introduce and implement this law. Now let us see what is the Supreme Court's opinion. So Supreme Court says that this matter, this entire thing, there is the tussle of jurisdiction. Why? Because the sections 34 and 62 of the state list, they place the taxation and regulation of online betting and gaming under the jurisdiction of states. It is in the state list. So the states have the power to make laws. Right now, the Online Gaming Act, it has been introduced by the center, whereas these things come under the state list. So there is a tussle of jurisdiction. And similarly, a similar case was seen in 2023 with the GST regulation. So in 2023, there were some games like casino playing or horse racing. They were moved under the 28% slab alongside online betting and gaming. And then these gaming firms, they moved to Supreme Court because they felt that it was in clear violation of their fundamental right to practice any trade or occupation. Article 19(1)(g). They argued that these are games of skill and they are different from the games of chance, because there is a certain level of substantial level of intelligence involved between them. So there is a difference between games of skill and games of chance. This is what the gaming authorities said. And the gaming firms, they even said that there's a huge revenue loss that they have to face. In fact, right now also with the litigation coming in, the Online Gaming Act coming in, these major gaming platforms like Winzo or Dream11 or Rummy Circle, they're facing major revenue losses, heavy revenue losses. So no new wallet top-ups are happening, no new money is being invested. Users can simply withdraw whatever they have in their wallets. So they are facing severe revenue loss. That is why they had moved the Supreme Court in 2023, and the result of Supreme Court, the decision of Supreme Court right now is awaited. So similarly, even for this case also, even for the Online Gaming Act also, if the gaming industries, they move the Supreme Court, then there is a chance, the experts feel, that the Supreme Court might offer them a temporary respite by giving them a stay order. So we do not know what is going to happen as of now, but let us just wait and see how the story unfolds. So that was all for today's video. Please do not engage in any form of online gaming which involves real money, because now you know that you will have to face severe consequences. So now let us practice a question for prelims. Which one of the following is not a category recognized under the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Act 2025? It's a pretty straightforward question. 1. Esports. 2. Online money games. 3. Online social games. Or 4. Offline skill games. Select the correct answer. Please provide your answers in the comment section and we will meet in the next video.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.